Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Bricks Empire here. We have a new video for you today. We've got the UCS set, Jabba's Sail Barge, which was released for insiders just the other day. It is set number 75397. It comes with 3,942 pieces. If you were lucky enough to pick this up when it was released, you would have got also the gift with purchase. Just to also let you guys know, we are doing a giveaway once we hit 100 subscribers. This will be given away to one of our subscribers. Unfortunately, it will only be for the UK residents only. It will be the set 75372, which is the Clone Trooper and Battle Droid Battle Pack. So, you know what, if you want to have a chance of winning this, then please hit that subscribe button. And then as soon as we hit 100, we will be doing a draw for this winner. And then I will let you know who's won it. Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, which is from the Return of the Jedi, and as you know, this gift with purchase item is quite a hot piece at the moment. Obviously, the Luke Skywalker's lightsaber that came out a little while ago for a gift with purchase, that still sells for around about £100 online. This one I think is going at the moment on eBay for about £100–120. So it is a very nice set. Unfortunately, if you didn't get to pick up the UCS set on release, it's now on back order on Lego.com, and they are all out of gifts with purchases for the lightsaber. You can, I think, pick it up in some stores if you try and search away that way. But yeah, if you've missed out, you're probably likely to have to either shop around the country, or you're going to unfortunately have to try and pick one up online. Very happy to have this, and this will definitely be staying in my collection. Right, so now we've had a little look at that, let's have a look at the back of the box. So here we have the artwork on the back. You can obviously see the two suns on Tatooine. It would have been nice to have a bit more of kind of actual Tatooine background. It's quite nice to have the suns in the background, but then the whole kind of blackness around the edging is a bit dull. I would have probably liked a bit more kind of maybe some sand artwork, or the dunes, just something like that. Maybe the Sarlacc pit kind of in the background, so you can kind of see maybe just a little bit more than what's kind of on current show. And obviously on here it gives you a nice little kind of view of the inside of Jabba's sail barge with some of the minifigs. Obviously you got Jabba, one of the minifigs that everyone's always kind of been after, so it's kind of nice to have him back. And obviously Princess Leia as well, or Slave Leia, who's had a little bit of a change from her original appearance. And then down here, again, you have the plaque with Jabba, which actually will go on that as well, with the 25-year anniversary as well. And again, just some of the scenes from the film, one in Lego form, one of the actual films, scenes from the film. Again, a Lego version with a film version, with a Lego version, and then with a film version, which is quite cool. And then it just has the measurements there as well for this sail barge. Now we'll also have a look at the top. So on the left hand side of the box, you can see the front of the sail barge, which is quite cool. So obviously you kind of have that, making it look like that kind of full 360 view. See, with the front, you have this left hand side, and then on the right, you've got then the back side, and then obviously on the back of the box, you then have the other side of the sail barge. So that's quite cool. So from here, you can see the minifigs. So first up, we have C-3PO. Got the arm printing on this one as well, so a bit better than some of the ones you could have got. R2-D2 with the kind of tray on him as well with the drinks, which is quite cool. Kifaba, I don't know how you pronounce that, might have just mutilated his name. One of the pirates. Vizam, another one of the pirates. Woof, the guard. Well, that just fell off there. The guard, the Slave Leia, Bib Fortuna, Max Rebo, again, Jabba the Hutt, and then Salicius. I feel like I'm pronouncing his name completely wrong, but yeah, you can flame me in the comments for mutilating them. So nice selection of minifigs. Probably would have preferred more minifigs. I feel like this is kind of on the low end of minifigs. Let me know what you think, and then let's have a quick look at the sides. Hi guys, welcome back to the final product. And here we are guys, we finally have finished Jabba's sail barge. Straight off the bat I will say this has actually been a very enjoyable build. It's probably been one of my favourites so far through the whole process. There is a lot to dive into, there's a lot of squeezed in content into this, I say small, it's relatively long but it's quite thin, but there is quite a lot of content that they've put into this, which we'll go through every single bit. Firstly, let's have a little look at the minifigs. So obviously straight off the bat, you can see they're on these little plaques that they've done for the first time. We have Jabba on his own separate one with the 25 years of anniversary. And then we have the information little placard, which is obviously the printed ones with these horrible little, you can't really see it there, but the horrible little kind of stud thing in the middle. Jabba, it's very cool to have Jabba. I've never owned Jabba, so it's quite nice to have a version of him. This is a very nice one. It comes in 2 pieces as well. As you can see, this bit swivels and it's in a second piece. So they're both in separate bags. You know, his eyes, if I can get to focus. Come on. There we go. Yeah, his eyes look quite nice. Obviously, there's a lot of controversy at the moment going around with eyes and pupils, but Jabba's actually quite nice. Overall, very happy with this minifig. The printing on it's very nice. He has arm printing as well. So yeah, I would definitely rate this one a 10 out of 10. Very happy to finally have a Jabba. First up, we have C-3PO. See with the arm printing, the bit of silver on the leg. We've seen this version a few times. There is no new C-3PO with this set, which is a little bit disappointing. I kind of would like to have seen a different variation of C-3PO just to make this set a little bit more special. Next we have a Bib Fortuna. See, one thing mentioned with the eyes earlier, as you can see here, no pupils, so his eyes look very, very weird. So nice printing though. No arm printing, a little bit of back printing. Overall, generally a nice minifig. Next, we have one of the pirates. I think you pronounce it as Woof. Again, some nice detail on the chest piece here with his thermal detonators, and then with a little bit of kind of armor underneath that, and then with his jacket over the top and a t-shirt. Quite nice printing on the face. No leg or sidearm printing, which is a bit of a disappointment. And again, his strap carries on around the back. And I'm assuming his helmet. I don't know if it's his helmet or hair. But again, very nice piece. Just could have done it with a little bit more printing on it. I feel like when you get these UCS sets, I feel like even the kind of background characters could do with a bit more, just a bit more printing, just to make them a little bit more unique. Next we have Max Rebo. Not much to really say about him. No printing on him. Obviously he's just all blue. His head is a kind of soft plastic, so if for any reason his head was on the floor by itself and you trod on it, it would not break. It is a soft mold. But again, it is very nice, but there's not really too much to say about this. We know Max Rebo. We know what we're pretty much getting with this. I mean, at least he's got a white pupil in his eyes. They could have just ended up doing all black. But yeah, it's a nice minifig to have. Next, on to one of the other pirates, and I think this one's pronounced Kifaba. If it's not, you can flame me in the comments. Again, decent printing on the top part with his like belt, his waistcoat, and a t-shirt and belt. But then again, you have that kind of nice printing up here, but they've just kind of stopped and not bothered with the legs or the arms. And then the printing carries on the back. Face printing's pretty nice, but again, I would have liked a little bit more printing detail on this minifig. Next, we have Slave Leia, the one and the only basically anyone's probably wanting this set for. Obviously, she has not been printed for quite some time, since the original Sail Barge. Again, nice detail on here. It's quite nice how her hair comes around to the front like that. Adds a little bit more kind of detail to the minifig and not just hidden around the back. Obviously, you've got her bra and then her kind of little bit of fabric which goes around the legs halfway. Kind of a little bit of unusual kind of printing there with the kind of underwear, how it kind of just stops at the bottom half there and there's no printing to carry it down. And then obviously on the back you do have this little thing to hook the chain on, so she can be chained up to Jabba. Overall though, it is a nice minifig. I'm kind of glad now that they did do another reprint, because obviously the original one was quite hard to get and also quite sought after. But yeah, this is a nice minifig indeed. Next we got the Gamorrean Guard. Nothing too special about him. Printing's nice and decent. The detailing on the chest piece, which is obviously a separate part that you put over him, again, very nice, along with his head, obviously all one piece. Detailing's nice. Get the little white pupils again. Kind of would have preferred maybe a couple more of these with the set, to be honest. I feel like just one Gamorrean Guard's not really enough. And finally we have, well finally, but the final pirates that are part of this set, Vizam, I think you pronounce his name. Again, detailing on the chest, nothing on the legs, and again, not on the arms, a little bit of detailing on the back. So again, just a bit disappointed that this is carrying on the same theme with the pirates. They've kind of added these pirates as just, I feel like, a bit of a filler, which is a little bit disappointing. I kind of like to think that they take their time and want each minifig in the set to be special, especially when they're named minifigs. If they weren't minifigs, like named ones like Stormtroopers, understandable, but as these are all named, I would prefer these to at least have a little bit more detail in them. Next we have the R2-D2, obviously with this time with the tray, and he's the little waiter. Obviously you have some cups that you can put on there. Detailing's nice as well on R2. Again, there's been quite a few variations of R2 come up through the time, but I do like that this one actually came with a tray. This is quite, it's a very small detail, but it has quite a big impact, I feel. And yeah, it is definitely a nice little addition just to change up the R2 a little bit. And finally, the very last minifig, Salacious Crumb. Obviously, a bit of controversy, as we can see with the eyes, with no pupils. Very disappointing, because obviously the original one is definitely much better looking than this one. He just looks dead. Like, if you saw something without pupils, you'd think he's dead. And that is what it just looks. So it is a bit disappointing that you are getting this kind of minifig with the set. But there's not very much you can do, to be honest. If you do have the original one, I probably would display that one with this over this one, to be fair. I mean, it's a nice mould. Just not very much detail in it, to be honest. So yeah, that's all the minifigs. Let me know what you think of the minifigs. Do you think they're a decent amount, decent printing? What would you like to have seen? Yeah, just put them in the comments. And now on to the main attraction. As you can see, there is quite a lot of detailing, as you probably will notice straight away as well. It's the focus. I do have this one piece here, which is a different colour. I have contacted Lego and they are sending me out a new one. I don't really know what how that got through the QA process, but yeah, I have a very wonky brown piece in there at the moment. I did also have 2 pieces missing, which I had to also contact Lego about. I feel like I had 2 extra pieces of something else, and I feel like they were accidentally put in over the other 2 pieces. But again, Lego with their customer service is always great, and I've pretty much had the 2 new pieces come in and I've put them in, and I'm just now waiting on that piece. We'll go around, have a little look. Obviously we have the detailing around here on the outside, and then you do have the windows, which I don't know if you can actually put them up from this side. No. Right, let's... So you have the windows. All of them can be open across there. They're not windows. These are windows down here. So it's quite nice to have them. Obviously you can't really see into it unless you've got light in there, but it is a nice little feature. Obviously you have the fins that move. Also pulls down that if you're not too careful. So yeah, you've got the little kind of fins which move around, have full mobility in them as it's on a ball socket. It's the same on the other side, so I won't show you the one side. And then obviously up here you've got the sails, and then you have your detailing. It is some very nice detailing here, to be honest. You have a gun on the other side, and you have one of the little side cannons up here, and then you have the main cannon in the middle, which obviously they use to fire into the deck to blow up the ship. It does also move. So you can reposition if you'd like. Then all the sides come down. Careful with this one because it actually is quite heavy. And if you let it drop, it might snap off. I don't think it should, but it could, so just be a little bit more careful with that one. And then you can kind of see a lot of the detailing inside. See, like I said, they have crammed quite a lot into here. So we will now take off the top so we can see in here a little bit more detail. The tops do just kind of sit on top, so they kind of easily come off. And they kind of hold into these little kind of notches here that help keep them in place. So I will take them off and we'll come back in 2 secs. Alright, so here we go. To get the last top bit off, you do actually have to open the other side of here because they kind of latch on just to hold it in place. So we will start with the front of the ship. So we do have the cockpit here. You do have some stickers with like a obviously display screen and computer. The chairs are very nice. I like how these have kind of been built to make them a little bit more kind of different from the standard chairs. These don't kind of come down, so it's kind of like they are fixed in the position that they are in. There is a door here that you can open just to add a little bit kind of more detail into it. So you do have like your little cockpit with a door that does open and close. And then inside here you have your prism and then some of your weapons. This can be removed quite easily, so you can see into here a little bit more. And you've got your weapons at the back, your prison cell there. And moving along, we have the kitchen again. Staircase can be removed. We will have a little look in them in a bit more detail in a sec. So in the kitchen, there's actually quite a lot of detail in here. You do have the whole cooking area. You've even got like forks and spoons. You've got little shells, jars, bones, chicken leg. Well, I assume it's not a chicken leg. A little menu. Your whole stove kind of like area. You've also got fish kind of hanging up here, a bowl, a glass, and then like a little kind of frog thing down here. So there is a lot of detailing they have put into these kind of little rooms to stage them a bit, which is very nice. It does feel like a little bit compact in there, and I feel like this is where the width of the kind of set lets it down a little bit, which I will show you in a sec. And then moving into the next section, this is obviously Jabba's room. Obviously Jabba we'll see sitting on there. There's not too much detail in here. You do have Max Rebo's little kind of band area. Obviously very squished in there at the ends. Yeah, there's not too much in this kind of section. It is what it is. It's where Jabba is. He is obviously quite a big minifig, so he's going to take up a lot of room. Yeah, and then obviously if I kind of come from a top side view, you can kind of see how thin it is. So it's very long, but it is very kind of thin as well. So it doesn't really allow for much room and manoeuvring in there, which, you know, it has its benefits, but it also has its drawbacks. Obviously, if you're displaying this somewhere, you know, you don't want it to be too wide because then you might not be able to get it onto a shelf if that's what you put it onto. And then if we have a little look at the staircase. So the staircase is quite nicely built here. Some nice techniques. Just adds a little bit more detail into the set, and then it's quite easy to put back in here. I say that trying to do it one-handed while holding the camera. And then again, you kind of have these two ladders again for a little bit more detail and show you going upstairs, and then that just slots in quite easily there. So yeah, there is quite a lot of detail, and as you can see here as well, these are the kind of notches here that hold the top bit in place so it doesn't move around. And then we can close these back up. Just have a little look at it as well. All the sides up and the top off. So as you can see, it does look quite slim. So one of the points I mentioned earlier is with these bits here, they hook on. So as you can see here, these little rubber bits, and then bits are where they hook into to hold it in place. And another kind of little bit of detail I quite liked was this little bit of detailing back here. Very simple, but looks very nice. Just little bits like that kind of just add, I find, to the set. And then you just push it up, just push it in, and it'll lock it in. And then this top bit, you can't pull off. So here is a front view of the sail barge. It does look very nice. It does look like a kind of like a steam train bullet. It's very nice how they kind of added a little bit of dark colours just to kind of mix and match a little bit. And then you kind of just have the tail end. Again, carrying on the same theme. Just a bit of the dark colours just to break it up a little bit. And then you kind of have the little tail at the back. And obviously one last kind of part of this is you do get a nice stand with it. If you obviously wanted to and put it on a clear brick so it looked like it was kind of floating. My kind of plan for this is to actually build like a little mock scenery for it. I've actually got the Sarlacc pit to build, and I'm going to kind of put it into so it looks like it's kind of just on in the sands along with the Sarlacc pit. But that is obviously a future project once my loft room is done. So overall, I really did enjoy this set. Let me know if you guys have it, what you thought. Did you enjoy the builds? Is it as you expected? Yeah, so just drop a comment in the comments. I always read them and I do appreciate it. And if you want to see more videos like that, then please smash that thumbs up button, and also please hit the subscribe. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one.